Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be talking about a staple of the worldwide celebration that Dokkan has been doing for a few years in a row now, which is the Memorial Stones. What they are, how you get them, how they work, all that good stuff. We're going to be going into all of that information in this video, so do go ahead and hit that like button on the video if you find this information helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. The worldwide celebration is going to be starting in a few days time, and obviously I'll be bringing you guys all of the news, all of the updates. We have the Dokkan Now special teaser video coming tomorrow. I'm going to be getting up to react to that at 3 a.m. UK time. So the content is going to be coming with the worldwide celebration. So do go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new around these parts. So we are looking at the menu here for last year's worldwide celebration 2023, which was of course themed around the Future Saga, Time Traveler, Goku Black Arc, all that good stuff. And you can see here with the tickets that you can trade in for, there was two different options, and we are going to be talking about that here. We don't have any confirmation this year whether this is going to be the same, though I believe it will be, although of course there could even be some extra changes maybe to make these even better, but we'll go over that here in just a moment. So before we start talking about the tickets, let's talk about the Memorial Stones themselves. How do you get the Memorial Stones? So basically, Memorial Stones are given out to all players based on the number of stones that you have spent throughout the year in Dokkan. So if we switch over to the Twitter view here, we've got a tweet here from Truth. This was in the news anyway, but it's easier to show it on the screen in this view. So Dragonstone consumption calculation period. It literally went from Friday the 18th of August last year up until Wednesday the 21st of August this year. So the calculation period pretty much has only just finished. I think based on the time that it finished, I think it finished just before the Cell Max banner came out for Global. So any summons that you did for Cell Max won't count towards this. But basically, all the stones that you've spent during that time will be taken into calculation. And the way it works is for every 50 stones spent, you will receive one Memorial Stone. Now, the thing that's important to remember is it's 50 stones spent overall on literally anything. So it means obviously summons is the big one, right? Especially because multis normally cost 50 stones. We get discounts and step ups and stuff like that on Global, especially quite frequently. But 50 stones is the nice round number to give you one Memorial Stone. But every time you spent a stone refreshing your stamina, every time you spent a stone resetting a unit's hidden potential, or of course, 5 stones as it normally is when it's not on discount. Any stones that you've spent on literally anything, even continuing stages, which, if you're very new, I think most people would know this at this point, but if you're very new, don't ever do that. You should not be wasting your precious, not infinite summoning currency on retrying an event when you die, when it's much easier to just go back to the menu and restart, and it just costs you stamina instead of a stone. But every single stone that you've spent on literally anything is calculated into this total. It's a shame that there is no way to know, because I'm sure a lot of people, myself included, it'd be nice to know if you were like 2 stones away from another 50, that you could then just spend those 2 stones on something and get another Memorial Stone. But either way, that was the calculation period. So based on how many stones you've spent in this time, you will get 1 Memorial Stone for each 50 stones spent. So if we go back to the wiki view here, this was the exchange for last year. So let's say we get our Memorial Stones. Let's say you get we'll use 300 as a round number. That's quite a lot. I can't remember how many I got last year. I think it was over 700, but I definitely have whaled out less this year. So I think this will be the first year for a couple of years in a row where I actually get less stones than I did the year before. Usually it's been a number that gradually increases over time, but let's take 300 as just a working example. So you could trade them 1 for 1 Memorial Stone for 1 ticket. Because for those of you who don't know, just a very quick history lesson, it's like 1 sentence. You used to just get tickets. It was tickets per 50 stones spent. Now it's the Memorial Stone, because you can trade them in for a variety of options. So you can just trade them 1 for 1 for tickets, which essentially makes it the same as it used to be, where you just get the tickets straight up based on the number of stones you got. But when they first brought this system into place, they did have this thing where each character costs a certain number of stones, 150, and has no limit, so you can buy as many as you want depending on how many memorial stones you get. And these are the units that are all on the banners, which we do have up, that obviously we'll be able to take a look at here. But that was these banners that we'll be able to use the tickets on. We'll take a look at them in a moment. Pretty much all of the featured units on those. I guess actually I think some of the newer ones weren't included, but a whole bunch of these characters were available. So the reason why this was good was because I actually took advantage of this, I think both years in a row, the last 2 years, where when it came to the banner that you could use the tickets on, there was only one unit in particular that I actually really needed. So what I did was I traded in almost all of my stones for tickets, just saved 150 stones left over, did all the summons with the tickets, because, you know, I could have been lucky and from those tickets pulled the unit that I wanted, but I didn't, so then I used those last 150 stones to just buy that unit. I think one year it was like Physical Piccolo, I think the next year it was like Tech Exchange Boo, or maybe that was the other way around, I'm not sure. It was like the only Dokkan Fest I didn't have at the time, so that's something you can do. If there's one specific unit that you want, you can set the stones aside. I would say don't buy them first, because obviously if you then use your rest of your stones to exchange into tickets and then summon, and then you pull that unit, that's going to be super annoying, right? Because 150 stones for one character, that's 150 tickets. Now, the tickets aren't guaranteed SSR, so they don't guarantee you anything. You could do a whole bunch of tickets and just get nothing of any real use. So it is one of those things you have to weigh up whether, if there's one specific unit you do really want, then 150 stones of these stones to make sure you get that unit is probably more beneficial than 150 tickets, where, I mean, some people will get lucky and they will pull that one specific unit that you want, but like, we're going to take a look at the banner and just how many units there are. The chances of you pulling the one specific character that you want is a fairly low percentage. Like, some people will get lucky and they will pull them, but a lot of people won't, right? So I think keeping those extra 150 stones to one side, using the rest for tickets just to see how you go, and then if you don't pull that unit that you needed, you can go ahead and trade those last 150 stones in for that character. I think that is a very good way to go. And then the thing that they added last year for the first time was that you could trade in some of your memorial stones for the rainbow tickets that you could use to summon on different banners. So if we open up this one, I think, will it give us the specific? It's just going to be the image, isn't it? The tons of thanks tickets. So these were for summoning on, I think you could use them on the main banners, because there is another banner that is available during this celebration, which, if we take a look at last year's version, last year's worldwide had this 50 ticket special summon thing. Now, we haven't had that come out yet. We've had the stone versions of the Dokkan Fest banner. This was these ones last time. This is the one that you can use the tickets on once we get the Memorial Stone tickets. These are in-game now, where you can do a summon for 100 stones, where it's like 20 units, and I think, is it 10 of them are like guaranteed featured, which is kind of crazy, but then at the same time, I mean, with the number of featured units, it's kind of wild. But there is going to be this other banner, the 50 summon, which has the guaranteed LR. But the thing that I think is very interesting about this, and something to think about this year because of the anniversary, is how that these potential rainbow tickets could end up working, because they changed the anniversary, where you get those 77 tickets summoned by doing all the missions throughout the anniversary, getting the 50 tickets, and then you could choose to use those tickets on any one of the 4 main anniversary banners to do the 77 summon. Now, obviously, it would be fantastic. We don't know for sure. Maybe that would be too generous, but it would be awesome if they do that same thing again, where these missions that we're going to do throughout the worldwide celebration to get the tickets, rather than having a banner like this, which was just 50 special summon, 50 characters, the last one's a guaranteed LR, if this was building up tickets to be able to do that 50 unit multi, but on one of the 4 banners from the worldwide celebration, because we don't know what those are going to be. We obviously know one of them is going to be a legendary Super Saiyan Broly of some variety, transforming or starting off as, who knows. The other one, is it going to be a Super Saiyan Goku? Is it going to be Z Fighters like Gohan and Trunks? Who knows? And then of course part 2, we don't even know if that will be related to one of the other Broly movies, or it could be a different movie boss completely. But one of the 4 banners that we know we will be getting, 2 Dokkan Fest exclusives and 2 carnivals, these tickets could be just like the anniversary ones that you get to summon on those banners. And so then potentially these rainbow tickets could be the same thing, right? So if you can trade these in and get 21 tickets, which will give you 3 7-unit multis for free, on the actual main worldwide celebration banners, that would be super useful. So definitely very cool. Obviously we will keep an eye out. We don't know for sure yet whether these other ticket options will be available, but I will let you guys know, of course, as soon as that information becomes known. So the banners themselves, we do have, if I switch over to here, we've got the Dokkan info view so we can see a better image. So these are up in the game to be summoned on currently with stones. We have the one banner that has the Tech Goku on it. I think the newest unit on the banner is the physical Turles. And then obviously we have 23rd World Tournament Goku, Kale, Bardock, and then of course much older units. Tons of featured units. So this is what I'm saying about when it comes to spending your memorial stones. If there's one specific, like say you don't have physical Turles and you want him, he's a little bit outdated now, but I mean, with the LR Turles EZA, potentially movie bosses getting these massive buffs with the worldwide celebration, maybe he could be somewhat usable again. So let's say you don't have him. If you trade in all of your memorial stones for tickets, even if you're getting like a guaranteed featured character animation, like look how many featured units there are, and look how old some of these units are. Like you could be getting a guaranteed featured animation and get physical Broly or STR Perfect Cell, right? This is why I think it's a good idea. Put 150 memorial stones to one side, trade the rest in for tickets, do your summons on the banner, and then if you don't get Turles, go ahead and pick him up with the 150 stones, and then at least you know you've got him and can add him to your roster. And then obviously the other banner is the Piccolo Jr. This banner has Tech transforming Trunks, who is I think the most recent character on the banner. Obviously we know as Super Saiyan Trunks he can be an absolute salesman, but Super Trunks is pretty good. God Goku's on the banner, who whilst he doesn't really hit hard nowadays is still somewhat relevant in the meta as long as he's getting his dodge, right? The 6 orbs giving him the guard, getting the additional super, he's raising defense with each super attack. Like he can still be good against these difficult bosses as long as he's getting the dodges, especially because he's a character that, you know, against a fight like for example Beast that has rotation locking, he could get locked in slot 1 and then potentially still just get a dodge, and is not necessarily one of the many units out there that suffers from, when it comes to rotation locking bosses, if they get locked in slot 1, it's basically game over unless you start popping out some items. So the STR-17s are on here. Yamcha, Gamma 1. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are separated between the 2 banners, which is a little bit annoying. But I mean, Gamma 1 definitely the better of the 2, especially now with those special anniversary equips. I think overall, is Turles, who's better, Turles or Tech Trunks? It's tough. Given their best situations, I mean, I guess if we say given their best situation, Trunks' conditional guard would be activating, so maybe it is him, because then I would say Super Trunks is better than Turles, but Turles is probably better than Super Saiyan Trunks. And then this banner has God Goku, and it has Gamma 1. Maybe this banner is a little bit better. In Broly, maybe he'll get an EZA during Worldwide. STR Bojack, if Part 2 is the Bojack movie, he could get an EZA. So I think looking at the 2 banners, the Piccolo Jr. one is probably the better one out of the 2, but it does depend what happens with the EZAs, of course. So you can trade in your stones for tickets to summon on these banners. I would say don't do the stone version of the banner that's out in the game now. Hopefully you haven't just jumped in and done it straight away, because of course you want to be saving those stones for the big headliner worldwide celebration banners. So that is a explanation of memorial stones, how they work, how you get them. Unfortunately, there's no way to check like the total. You'll just have to wait until they arrive in your gift box. We should be receiving these within the next few days. I know the tickets are, obviously the normal tickets are available now because we're able to get them through missions and things like that. Let me just double check here in the news if the thing about the memorial stones does actually say the date in which they come out, because we have the worldwide ticket collection campaign. We've got a lot of stuff about the updates. The survey, I should mention that again, because we haven't mentioned it since the day it came out. I haven't made a specific video about it, but make sure you do the survey. Not only do you get 7 stones, but obviously it's one of those things where we complain about things when Dokkan does things wrong, but we do want to make sure that we're giving them our feedback, because sometimes they do at least pay attention to that stuff, and have said in the past that they make changes based on feedback. So yeah, in that thing in the news, it's under, if you want to check it yourself, it's under the heading for the actual Dual Dokkan Festival. So Worldwide Celebration Dual Dokkan Festival, showing the art with the Piccolo Jr. and Tech Goku. If you scroll down towards the bottom, it says about Memorial Dragonstone 5. They will be distributed sequentially, 1 stone for every 50 stones spent during the period, and they should be, where did it say here? Start giving out to the gift box, was it the 28th it says here? So yeah, these will be, sent to your gift box starting from Wednesday the 28th, which is basically the day that we're expecting the Worldwide Celebration to start. So next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday, when the Worldwide Celebration is expected to begin, we should start getting these memorial stones in our gift box. When it says sequentially, it means basically via, in order of your member number, or like your account number. You can see it in the top corner of the screen when you first open up the app, but before you fully logged into the game. But if you ever want to check what yours is, obviously you go to the friend option in the menu, go to friend search, where you would put in the number to search for other people's friends, and it shows you your ID there. So for example, mine ends in 5. So basically, regardless of whether they choose to start from 9 or from 0, I'm going to be in the middle. So these will all be given out. It's usually in very short intervals though. So if you've logged in straight away in the morning, you see that some people have got theirs and you haven't got yours yet. It won't be super long until you do get them. A couple of hours at most. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you going to get more memorial stones than you did last year, or less? Did you spend more or less stones this year than you did before? Like I say, I think this is the first year where I'll probably get less overall. Don't know exactly how many, of course, but once I do get them, I will be exchanging them, doing some summons on stream. I don't think I actually need any of the units from the banner, so hopefully we do have the option to buy these rainbow tickets or something extra, because otherwise it will just be a sake of doing the ticket summons kind of just for fun, and maybe saving up some like SA5 copies of future EZAs and stuff like that. But let me know what you guys think. If there's a character in particular, now that we know what the 2 banner lineups are, is there any one particular one you're hoping to get with your tickets, or just pick out with the memorial stones? Let me know all of that down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.